What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Market Watch for the week of March 14th through the 20th. I'm your host, Jason Zwolak of the Zwolak Group with First Team and Christie's International Real Estate. I hope you all are surviving and staying safe during this crazy time that's happening right now in the world and here in California. So as you know, each week I take a look at the numbers and what has happened in the Irvine and Orange County housing market as a whole, and then I break them down in Irvine into three separate categories. I still wanted to get these numbers out to you because we're getting asked every day as we're talking to clients. We're trying to inform people, and we're getting asked the question, what's happening in the market? So I still wanted to get this information out to you guys so that you are informed and you stay up to date. The beginning of this video this week, I'm going to just take a little bit of time and just talk about what's happening in the housing market and the real estate industry as a whole here in Orange County and in California with regards to the COVID-19 virus and the havoc that it's wreaking right now, not only on our industry, but all the industries out there that are being affected. And our hearts go to everybody because this is just a trying time. We will get through it, but it's hopefully we can get through this stronger and bounce back quickly. So first off, let's talk about what's happening right now in real estate. So what we're seeing ever since the governor here in California instituted the stay-at-home law or rule, if you will, what we're seeing is open houses have pretty much all been canceled. Really, it's a responsible thing to do, is to not have open houses because those are gatherings. Also, there is suggestions that we cease any showings. So showing the properties. I believe you'll probably see some showings still taking place. However, you definitely, if you are going to see a house, you make sure you put the precautions in place. Just be safe, please. That's the utmost. Wear gloves, wear a mask, antibacterial, make sure there's no one else in the house, things like that. But really, what we're seeing is that for now, we're going to see for the next week or two, those showings and open houses are going to stop. There are going to be creative ways that we're going to be showing properties. I know from our standpoint, we're going to be doing virtual showings. We're going to do virtual open houses, making sure that we have 3D floor plans, video, and photos of all of our listings, really so that we can maximize the technology aspect to get these homes in front of as many buyers as possible. Because there are still people that want to buy it. There's still people that want to sell in this time. We are seeing some buyers and some sellers stop. They'll kind of put out things on hold or whatnot, but we are still seeing people that do need to sell. They want to sell, they want to buy, or they need to buy, and they want to get moving now. So we are still seeing that. So that's really what we're seeing right now in the market. It is changing by the hour, by the day. I know for our company, we are doing meetings every single day during the week to discuss and brainstorm on how this is affecting any new rules that have come into place, any new updates, and we're going to be here to get them over to you guys as well, so you understand what's happening in this market right now. And really, that's where we are right now. With regards to, I know it seems like we are entering that recession, and we've heard recession talk and whatnot. I think I'm going to do another video this week, so take a look for that, and that is going to be on what can we expect from a housing side during this economic downturn, during this recession, because I think that's really important. And I'll look back at other recessions years past and how this has happened, and how this event is really affecting that. So now what I want to do, like we do every week, I'm going to take a look at what happened in Orange County. We can definitely expect some changes in these numbers, and we'll see some changes moving forward. But let's just see what happened over the last week in Orange County, and we'll go from there. All right, so let's check out Orange County. So in Orange County last week, we had 495 homes sell. Pretty much on par from the week prior, where there was 498 homes sold. We did see a dip in the inventory. We went from 4,245 homes to 4,108. So we saw a drop of just over 3% in the active inventory. That is definitely understandable considering what is going on in the world right now. People may be pulling their homes off the market, putting them on hold. We're not seeing homes come on the market. They might be holding off until this all passes by. The average days on market for the 495 homes that sold was 35 days, down from 44 days last week. So the homes that sold, they sold really quickly, and that was indicative of where we were. We were in a strong seller's market before this whole pandemic started, especially with where it ramped up in the last week. The average list price was $939,720 with an average sold price of $922,502 and a list to sold average of 98.2%. So like we said, we saw a little bit of a dip in the inventory in our supply chain. We're looking at a 3.2% drop there. Very expected. This is what I expected to see, especially with what has happened over the last week. Now moving forward, we really don't know what we're going to see. I expect in the coming weeks this number will continue to go down until we're kind of out of the woods, if you will, and then we may see that recovery happen. How fast it will happen, we don't know, but we can predict that it will recover at some point once this event is over, this pandemic is over. So that's what's happening in Orange County during the past week. So now let's take a look at Irvine, see what the similarities and differences are. So in Irvine last week, we had 464 homes on the market. That's down from 498 the week before. So that's a drop of 6.8%. So that's a pretty big drop in the inventory. And again, just like Orange County, it's expected to happen. The number of sold homes was also down. That was down 11%, down from 53 to 47 homes sold. The days on market was just pretty indicative of the market that we were in, and that was the average days on market for the homes sold in Irvine was 36 days, so very quickly. The average days on market for the homes that are still on the market is 72. And I think what we're going to see that may be affected by the coronavirus, and we'll talk about that in a second. The average list price was just over $1,057,000 with an average sold price of just over $1,041,000 with a 98.5 list to sold average, pretty much the same as last week. So again, a lot of similarities here. We did see that in supply drop even more so in Irvine than we did on a percentage level compared to Orange County. I think what we're going to see here with the days on market may sit a little bit longer because really the buyer pool just got smaller. People are unfortunately maybe not working as much or have lost their jobs, or their 401k where they were taking their down payment from has taken a hit. So they may be either out of the market completely or their buying power has just gone down. Interest rates have jumped. So we're in that situation. We have that situation as well. So it's really just a group of things that are causing this. So that's what we saw here in Irvine, and again, it was pretty much the same as what we saw in Orange County, and I expect these days on market to increase, the inventory to go down as we move through the next couple of days, or a couple of weeks, and I think we'll see the number of sales dip as well. How far, we don't know, but we'll have to see, and that's why we're still going to continue doing these videos, because we really want to try to keep our finger on that pulse of that market so we can get this information to you, and you guys will understand exactly what's happening. Our goal is to educate you and keep you educated. So now that we've taken a look at Orange County and Irvine, I dive into Irvine a little bit. So we're going to look at three separate submarkets of Irvine: the first-time home buyer market, the step-up market, and the luxury market. So first up is the first-time home buyer market, which is any home listed under $750,000. So let's check that out. So in the first-time home buyer market, there was a lot of similarities from last week. The big drop was in inventory. So again, not to beat a dead horse, but we've seen it in Orange County, we've seen it in Irvine, and now we're going to see it in these categories as well. So we had 107 homes on the market last week. We only have 99 on the market this week, so we've dipped under the 100 active homes in the first-time home buyer category. We had 17 homes sell versus 20 last week, so there was a small dip there as well in the demand in the closed homes. The average days on market for the 17 homes that sold was 21 days. Last week it was 38, so huge drop there. So the 17 homes that sold, they were scooped up very quickly 3 weeks ago because of looking at that 21 days. The average days on market for the homes currently on the market is 54, pretty much the same as last week. So we didn't see much of a change in the first-time home buyer category when it comes to days on market. So again, with this market, with this category, we saw supply drop slightly, about 10%. So we saw about 10 homes less on the market this week than last week. The number of sold homes relatively the same. We saw a little bit of a dip down to 17 from 20, but the days on market was a huge factor when it came to our sold homes. So again, we're going to really keep an eye on this and see what happens as these weeks progress. And really, it's like I said, we're in uncharted waters here. So it's going to be all about the numbers, and we're really going to try to find out what's going on and dive deep and really try to figure out this market, because it is something that we've never seen before with this COVID-19. So now that we've taken a look at the step-up market, now we're going to go to now we look at the first-time home buyer market. Now we're going to look at the step-up market and see what changes we have there. Now the step-up market is homes priced between $750,000 and $1.25 million. So let's check those out. So in the step-up market, we saw the inventory drop slightly from 199 to 193. The number of homes sold was 17, down from 22 last week, so that's a pretty significant drop, almost just over 20%. Less homes sold this week. The average days on market, almost identical, 31 days for the sold homes and 55 days for the active homes. So in this category again, we saw the inventory drop slightly. We did see a bigger drop in the sold homes, and I think as we move from the first-time home buyer, the step up to the luxury, that gap's going to widen. There's going to be less homes being sold. Even though the step up is kind of the bread and butter here in Irvine, they're big purchases, and with all the uncertainty right now, I really think that buyers are wondering, do they want to spend over $1 million on a house right now? And that's the questioning that's happening right now, and we'll just, like I said, time will tell how this changes. So now that we've looked at first-time home buyer and we've looked at the step up, now we take a look at the luxury, which is anything north of $1.25 million. Again, I always let everybody know every week, that this buyer pool is a lot smaller, so we definitely see less homes sell per week in this category, just because there's not as many buyers. And the days on market are usually longer on here because they do take a little bit longer to sell. So let's take a look at the Irvine luxury market. So in the Irvine luxury market this week, we had 172 homes on the market, down over 10% from last week, where it was at 192. So we did see a big drop in the luxury market. The number of homes sold actually bumped up a little bit from last week, where we saw 13 homes sell with 11 homes sell last week. The average days on market for the 13 homes that sold was 63 days. And the average days on market right now for the current homes on the market is 103. So we did see that jump. Again, like I was talking about, as we move from the step up to the luxury, they're on the market for longer. It was on the market longer this week than last week, comparatively. So across the board, we're seeing the inventory level is slowly came down again. The days on market in some cases went up. But most of the cases, they kind of stayed the same. I think we're going to see that increase. We're going to see the supply come down, and we're going to see demand come down at the same time. Just because there's not going to be as many buyers out there, and there's going to be even less inventory, which makes it even more difficult. So it's going to come down to what happens in the next couple of weeks as we move through this pandemic together, and we're really just going to see what happens. And we're going to be, like I said, monitoring the situation, and we'll be getting out the information to you guys as much as we can. So now that's what's happening in the housing markets as a whole. Now I'm going to take a look at interest rates, which have been kind of up and down as the markets are going crazy right now. So let's take a look at the interest rates for the last week, and it's more specifically, these are the rates from yesterday before we went into the weekend. So a 30-year fixed rate is at 4.25%, with a 15-year fixed rate at 3.5%, and a 7/1 ARM at 3.75%. That's on the conforming loans. Jumbo loans, 30-year fixed rate at 3.625%, a 15-year fixed jumbo rate at 3.25%. The 7/1 ARM jumbo is at 2.875%. The VA loan is at 4.125%, and that is for a 30-year fixed rate. So that's really what's happening right now in the mortgage world. It's the rates are going up and down. I truly think that as we move out of this, eventually, we'll see those rates come back down. The Fed has cut it down to zero. A lot of questions that we are getting are, why aren't that being passed completely on to the consumer yet? In some cases they are, but in most cases right now, the lenders have been inundated with refis and mortgages before, when the rates were at historic lows at 3.29 several weeks ago. So really they kind of put a hold on everything. So that's why you're not seeing those completely passed over to the consumer quite yet. As we move through this pandemic and we get out of this event that's going on right now across the world, I think we'll see those rates come back down. We're going to see a pump of economic activity as people start getting back outside. They start going to restaurants and going to the ball game and going out to the movie theater and getting in the plane and flying to see grandma or your parents or friends that you haven't seen, and just to give them a hug, really. And I think we're going to see an injection into the economy. When that will be, that's what we don't know. We hope it's sooner rather than later. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. As always, if you do like this video, you find it helpful, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the bell so you're notified every time a new video is released. Make sure you share this out to your friends and family so they can stay informed of what's happening right now in the housing market and the real estate world. I hope you guys stay safe. Please take care of your loved ones, and we're all going to get through this together. I hope you guys have a good week, and we will talk to you next time. Take care, everybody.